Let me tell you a tale of wit, courage, and relentless perseverance. A tale of the legendary Greek hero Odysseus, the mastermind behind the Trojan horse and a man who battled gods, monsters, and the sea itself. This is the myth of Odysseus, King of Ithaca. Odysseus was the king of Ithaca and a cunning strategist. Our story begins at the end of the infamous Trojan War. After 10 long years of combat, it was Odysseus who devised the plan that would bring Troy to its knees. The Greeks built an enormous wooden horse, filled it with their best warriors, and left it as a gift. The Trojans, thinking the war was over, pulled the horse inside their city walls. But as night fell, Odysseus and his men crept out and opened the gates for the Greek army. Troy was doomed, a stroke of genius that only Odysseus could have orchestrated. With the Trojan War behind him, Odysseus set sail for his homeland, Ithaca. However, his journey was far from straightforward. As the Greek gods played a central role in human affairs, Odysseus found himself at the mercy of divine whims and anger. Poseidon, the god of the sea, held a grudge against him, vowing to make his voyage treacherous. One of the most famous episodes in Odysseus's journey is his encounter with the Cyclops, Polyphemus. His ship landed on an island where Odysseus and his men stumbled upon a cave filled with food. They soon realized it belonged to the Cyclops, a giant with a single eye. Polyphemus trapped them inside, intending to eat them one by one. Odysseus, ever the cunning warrior, introduced himself to the Cyclops as nobody. He devised a plan. After getting Polyphemus drunk on wine, he and his men drove a sharpened stake into the Cyclops' eye, blinding him. When Polyphemus cried out for help, he yelled, "Nobody is attacking me!" So the other Cyclops ignored him. The next morning, Odysseus and his men clung to the undersides of the Cyclops' sheep to escape the cave, securing their freedom. However, as they sailed away, Odysseus taunted Polyphemus, revealing his true identity, which invoked Poseidon's wrath upon him. Odysseus's travels then took him to the island of Aea, home of the sorceress Circe. She bewitched his men, turning them into swine. Odysseus, with the help of the god Hermes, managed to resist her magic and confronted her. Impressed by his resilience, Circe reversed her spell and hosted the men for a year. Before leaving, she provided Odysseus with crucial advice on how to navigate the dangers that lay ahead, including the journey to the underworld. Guided by Circe, Odysseus descended into the underworld to consult the blind prophet Tiresias. This perilous trip offered a glimpse into the fates of many souls, including fallen warriors from the Trojan War. Tiresias warned Odysseus of further hardships and gave him specific instructions to avoid angering the gods, particularly Poseidon. Continuing his voyage, Odysseus approached the waters where the sirens sang their haunting melodies, luring sailors to their doom. Aware of their danger, Odysseus ordered his men to plug their ears with beeswax and tied himself to the mast of the ship. As they sailed past, Odysseus heard the sirens' tempting songs but couldn't act on his impulses due to his restraints. This event highlighted both his curiosity and his willpower. Next, Odysseus faced the deadly straits guarded by Scylla and Charybdis. Scylla was a six-headed monster, while Charybdis was a massive whirlpool. Forced to choose between the two, Odysseus steered closer to Scylla, losing several men but ensuring the survival of the majority. It was a heart-wrenching choice, showcasing his grim resolve as a leader. Despite Tiresias's warnings, Odysseus's crew slaughtered the sacred cattle of the sun god Helios, while Odysseus slept. As punishment, the gods sent a storm that destroyed his ship, leaving Odysseus adrift at sea. He eventually washed ashore on the island of Ogygia, where the nymph Calypso held him captive for 7 years. After being freed by the gods' intervention, Odysseus returned to Ithaca disguised as a beggar. His palace was overrun with suitors seeking to marry his wife Penelope, believing Odysseus to be dead. To reclaim his throne, Odysseus, with the help of his son Telemachus, plotted his revenge. Penelope, testing the suitors, declared she would marry the one who could string Odysseus's great bow and shoot an arrow through 12 axe heads. None succeeded, except for Odysseus himself. He then revealed his identity, and with Telemachus by his side, he fought and killed the suitors in a climactic battle, reclaiming his place as the rightful king. At last, peace was restored in Ithaca. Odysseus was reunited with Penelope and resumed his role as king. The myth of Odysseus became a timeless tale of heroism, cunning, and resilience. It wasn't just his strength that defined him, but his unbreakable spirit and sharp intellect. His journey epitomized the human struggle against fate and the relentless pursuit of home. The Odyssey is more than just a tale of adventure. It's a story about wit overcoming brute force, the complexities of heroism, and the endurance of the human spirit. It is about the power of intelligence, the value of perseverance, and the unpredictable nature of fate. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel and hit the like button.